Is there ambiguity in your succession planning? Have you thought through what happens in your business if you're not there? And if you are there, but you want to do something more or bigger or better, then who takes your role and how does it work? Last week, we broke down the succession planning or the lack thereof of a family conglomerate and the visionary and strategic moves by the Dubai government to preserve the wealth of that family and to preserve and ensure there was resilience in the economy, as that family business contributed a significant amount to the economy of Dubai. Now, today I want to be the one posing the questions to you, because family businesses raise a lot of very important issues. Now, even if you are not a $9 billion revenue business, even if you're a $10 million revenue business or a $5 million revenue business, and you're growing, so you're a young founder that sees the future pipeline of your ideas and your business coming to fruition in the next 10, 12 years, or if you're an older person who has been taking control of and working in the business as the matriarch or the patriarch of the business and needs a plan, I want to pose some questions to you. So let's talk about the key issues generally that are faced in these kinds of businesses. One is obviously inheritance and control. So who controls it? Who will control it? And is there a plan around control? The second thing is board composition. As I used in last week's example, the government has appointed 5 members of the board, where family members have taken 4 board seats. Now, why is a board important? A board is really like the spine of a company, where you make strategic decisions, where you agree on the future plan, you see what's going right, what's going wrong, are the people in the correct place, what spending needs to be done, what lending needs to be taken, etc. And you need voices to be able to effectively come to some consensus, because everybody comes from different backgrounds, different business ideas or different business lines, etc. So if I'm a founder of my business and I want to say my cousin, my uncle, 2 of my children, etc. to be on the board, I need to find a way to manage this board so it doesn't become like a free-for-all kind of like argument. I need to have a quorum, I need to have an agenda, I need to have a proper functioning of the board to be able to actually make use of that board for my business and strategic decisions. The other thing I would say is exactly that, strategic direction. Where is the vision of your business and where are you going with it? And have you written it down? I mean, I kid you not, I improved on my vision board in the last 3 months, where I was actually really dumping a lot of images onto my vision board on Pinterest. And you've seen our announcements come in. We were able to sort out, everybody says to me, you're dual qualified, you're Indian qualified, you're English qualified, why aren't you doing things in India? Clients were saying, perhaps we're not getting the best Indian support that we need because we're based in Dubai, we don't really get which firm to hire, etc. Why don't you sort this problem out for us? And we were able to get a couple of very significant mandates for India. And then I was thinking, like, we're missing a trick here. I do so much work for US companies, etc. Why aren't we offering them a domestic service that links in to our Middle East expertise? And I was able to find an excellent resource that is now helping me out of New York. So it's all on my vision board. So I think strategic direction and vision is super important. But this video was about asking you the questions. Post your comments below, post me more questions. Is there ambiguity in your succession planning? Have you thought through what happens in your business if you're not there? And if you are there, but you want to do something more or bigger or better, then who takes your role and how does it work? So that's number one. It's not always about succession, i.e. dying, for you to solve these problems. It's about living through the best solution for you, because every person goes through a stage in their business where they have a great amount of energy, a great amount of growth, but then they may need to slow down, take a back seat, look at other markets, solve problems, etc. You need people to help you do that. The other thing is conflicts amongst your heirs. So who are your heirs? How are you planning to divide your business up or your company up? Do you need to divide it? Is anybody interested in taking it on? A lot of founders come to me and say, look, none of my kids, none of my family members want to be involved. The only family member who does want to be involved is someone I don't want in this business, etc. So sort out like the roadmap. Who are you including? Who are you excluding? The reasons why. And if you're excluding family members because they're not of that age or they're not competent or they're not interested, then perhaps you need to or offer your employees some stock option or share option so that they are more deeply committed in your business, again, depending on your business. And then the last thing I would say is, have you formalized your structure? You will be amazed how many people come to me and tell me that they have a structure, and they don't. They're either running a sole proprietorship or they're running a branch of a company from somewhere else. That company has another company which owns it, which was some other company, which was in some other country, etc., etc. So they do have a company, they may have a structure, they may have a trade license, but they don't have a consolidated structure where they can think through, if I want to sell part of my business, if I want to divest to my family, if I want to divest to employees, where would I divest this? Where is my IP owned? Where is my main business operated out of? Do I need to change jurisdictions? Recently, obviously with the 9% corporate tax coming into the UAE, a lot of businesses have decided to move their base in the UAE, but then they need to wind up their businesses, whether it's in the BVI or Jersey or Singapore or Mauritius or wherever they were, properly. And that also, the exit plan takes time. So one of my questions is, what is your exit plan? Do you need an exit plan? Do you have an exit plan? So I'll stop here because I've thrown a lot of ideas out there. Post some comments below. Let me know what you think. And let's see if we can make the future brighter, more vision, more strategy, more direction. Thank you so much for watching Think Tank this week.